Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone spinoff trend could be good news for Beth and Rip's sequel show. A trend follows Taylor Sheridan's offshoots of his flagship Yellowstone series, and it should be good news for Beth and Rip's sequel. The show starring Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser was announced just days before the Yellowstone finale, prematurely confirming that the Dutton Ranch lovebirds would make it out of the epic saga alive. In the Yellowstone ending, Case Dutton sells his family's massive heirloom ranch, allowing him and his sister to step away from maintaining their family's enormous legacy and opening up their futures for new possibilities. Yellowstone, Season 5, Episode 14 even previewed the next chapter of Beth and Case's stories with their respective families. Case and Monica resettled at their house in East Camp, near the family's heirloom ranch, but with enough separation for the father to turn over a new leaf. Likewise, Beth and Rip start a life separate from Yellowstone, starting fresh in Dillon, Montana, where Beth purchased a new ranch. While it looked like the couple might continue the flagship with Yellowstone Season 6, the reality of their next chapter happening in an offshoot is actually quite promising. Despite the popularity surrounding the flagship, Beth and Rip's spin-off story happening in an offshoot is excellent news. While the main series has the most chapters to its story and is the best known, one could argue that Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan surpassed the quality of the flagship in its prequel series as time passed. 1883 and 1923, the two existing prequels that embellish the Dutton family tree with detail, have been a wild success with fans, amassing millions of viewers as the fanfare of the original series somewhat died down. Especially with the divisive reaction to Yellowstone Season 5. Part 2, it's good that Beth and Rip have an opportunity to distinguish their story from the flagship. Considering the success of the prequels, which inform the Dutton story but stand on their own, Reilly and Hauser leading a series independent of the Kevin Costner-led show is good news. Beth and Rip's offshoot is the right blend of components, since their story deserves a fresh take after John Dutton IE's death and the fate of the ranch, and an offshoot of their story will probably perform better. Beth and Rip's story must distinguish itself from Yellowstone Season 6 for many reasons. While it looked like Reilly and Hauser might lead the flagship for another season, their spin-off announcement confirmed that the continuation of Yellowstone would happen in another show. The decision to continue the Dutton-Wheeler tale outside the flagship could prove controversial due to a report from Puck, claiming that the Beth and Rip spinoff might trigger a legal battle with Peacock, since the spinoff could be produced exclusively for Paramount+, barring Peacock from streaming it. The legal battle over the Beth and Rip spinoff versus Yellowstone Season 6 would come down to the offshoot's ability to distinguish itself. Beyond the legal hurdles, though, Beth and Rip spinoff should separate itself from Season 6, because Yellowstone offshoots that tell a unique story while staying true to the flagship are quite possibly the franchise's best installments. As the ever-expanding universe of Yellowstone continues to dominate the television landscape, the possibility of a spin-off focusing on Beth and Rip could be just what the show needs to continue its legacy. Taylor Sheridan, the mastermind behind Yellowstone, has already proven his ability to create rich, layered characters and intricate storylines, as evidenced by his various spin-offs like 1883 and 1923. However, it's his latest moves in expanding the Yellowstone franchise that might set the stage for a thrilling new chapter focusing on one of the series' most electrifying couples, Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler. Beth and Rip's relationship is one of the central pillars of Yellowstone, balancing fierce love and volatile tension with the gritty backdrop of the Montana ranching world. Rip, the rough-around-the-edges cowboy with a heart of gold, and Beth, the fiery and complex Dutton Harris, have become iconic characters in the Yellowstone universe. Their love story is anything but conventional, filled with both passion and destruction. Yet through it all, the connection between Beth and Rip is undeniable. Fans have watched them evolve from a complicated past to a deeply intertwined present, and many have speculated about their future. A spin-off dedicated to Beth and Rip seems like an obvious next step, especially given the increasing trend of spin-off success within Sheridan's creative empire. While shows like 1883 and 1923 explore the roots of the Dutton family, the idea of following Beth and Rip in the present day offers an exciting opportunity to dig deeper into their individual pasts, their volatile relationship, and the vast, often treacherous world around them. This spin-off could breathe new life into the Yellowstone franchise by focusing on the dynamics of a couple whose love, despite all its ups and downs, remains unshakable. One of the compelling aspects of Beth and Rip's relationship is how it reflects the broader themes of Yellowstone. At its core, the show is about family, loyalty, and survival. Beth and Rip both represent those themes in different ways. Beth, the ever-guarded, intelligent, and sometimes destructive force, has always been defined by her loyalty to her family, despite the emotional toll it takes on her. Rip, on the other hand, is the quintessential cowboy, steadfast, unyielding, and willing to sacrifice everything for the people he loves. Together, they form a duo that is both vulnerable and formidable. The juxtaposition of their personal traumas and their desire for something resembling a happy life is both compelling and heartbreaking. A spin-off focusing on Beth and Rip would allow fans to explore this complex dynamic in more detail. There's so much potential in exploring how they navigate the world beyond the confines of the ranch. The struggles of being part of the Dutton legacy are immense, and the weight of maintaining that empire is not something that Rip or Beth take lightly. The show could delve deeper into the challenges they face as they fight to preserve what they have, whether it's through expanding their family, navigating power struggles within the ranch, or battling the forces that threaten their way of life. The potential for character growth in this spin-off is enormous. Both Beth and Rip have a dark past that has shaped who they are, and while Yellowstone has touched on these backgrounds, there's more to uncover. Beth's complicated relationship with her father, her deep-seated issues with her mother, and her trauma over losing her child are all aspects of her character that could be explored in greater depth. Rip's past, from his troubled childhood to his loyalty to John Dutton, offers a wealth of material to examine. What would it look like for Rip to finally take on a more active role in managing the ranch? How would Beth handle the political maneuverings of the Dutton family while trying to create a space where she can thrive, both as a woman and a leader? Additionally, the spin-off could bring in new characters who challenge Beth and Rip in unexpected ways. The world outside of the Dutton Ranch is just as dangerous, and having Rip and Beth face new adversaries could add fresh layers of tension and intrigue. Whether it's dealing with new ranching rivals, political enemies, or personal betrayals, the storylines could evolve organically, giving the audience even more reasons to invest in their journey. Another exciting aspect of a Beth and Rip spin-off is the opportunity to explore the beauty and danger of the Montana wilderness in a different way. While Yellowstone has showcased the rugged terrain, the spin-off could take a more intimate approach, focusing on the small moments of life on the ranch. There's something uniquely captivating about the serene yet unforgiving environment in which these characters exist, and focusing on Beth and Rip could highlight how this world shapes their relationship. From quiet moments of connection by the fire to the high-stakes moments of physical danger, the natural world could be a powerful character in its own right. Moreover, the growing fan base of Beth and Rip makes the prospect of a spin-off even more tantalizing. Their chemistry has been widely praised, and the pair's compelling performances have made them fan favorites. Their relationship is one that resonates with many viewers, especially as it mirrors the complexities of real-life partnerships, love, sacrifice, trust, and forgiveness. Audiences have invested so much in their love story, and a spin-off would be the perfect way to reward that loyalty with a deeper dive into their lives. From a production standpoint, a Beth and Rip spin-off is a natural fit. Taylor Sheridan has already proven his mastery of creating intricate and high-quality television, and the success of his previous spin-offs shows that there is an appetite for more content in the Yellowstone universe. A spin-off focusing on Beth and Rip would allow Sheridan to continue building the Dutton legacy, while giving fans the kind of emotionally charged, character-driven storytelling that has become synonymous with his work.